What I recommend is what we call state changes. So it's changing our state of mind and lifting or elevating our mood to a different way, or out of that rut or out of that feeling. And what we know with state changes is things affect us in three ways. They affect us physically, they affect us emotionally, and they affect us mentally. So we can change any of those three things to change our state. But the easiest thing is to change ourselves physically. So if you get up and walk around, if you snap your fingers, if you make movement, if you have a conversation, have a drink of water, something to move you physically can help change your state of mind or your being at that time. A lot of the times when we start to feel vulnerable, or we might have a series of events that make us feel in a negative state or put us out of sorts, or it could be just a person, it could be an incident, anything like that, we can automatically change our state simply by changing our physiology. For anyone that's ever heard or listened to Anthony Robbins, he's a really big in the area of physiology or state changes. So he's a great motivator for that way, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're just changing our physical state, which will change our mental state, which if we're in a situation where it might be in the workplace, it could have come to disagreements, it could be a conflict, it could be an issue with a colleague or your boss. We know we can't change them. We know we can only change ourselves. By changing our state, we can then change the outcomes or the possible outcomes of that situation.
What about when that's not possible? What if it's not actually physically possible for you to get up, move around, or change where you are?
Where it's not physically possible, we look at it on a different way. It's looking in your immediate environment. If you've got pictures of family, think about a good memory. Bring yourself into a memory that can lift you, or if you have music at your desk or a computer or something, maybe listen to a bit of music, because music's a great state changer. When we get something in our heads, whether I have housework music, it gets me through the housework. Without it, I get bored, I don't want to do it, but I have this and I can get into it. Music can lift us and change us in an instant. We get emails that have, the jokes that go around. It could just something to change your mind. It could be something as simple as clapping your hands or clicking your fingers, so we can still have a physical action, just not moving around our bodies. So there are ways that we can do it, and this is something that I go through with my clients. It's state changes, whether you have to sit at your desk or you can go to the bathroom or wherever you need 2 minutes of peace. It could be as simple as clicking your fingers, snapping it, because it's a mental, physical reaction that works for you.
Is that similar to people having a rubber band on their wrist that they snap?
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever it is, it's just something that will change you and just trigger you from an emotional state, allow you to detach, take a deep breath and move out of it. It's about being present. We've talked about being present before, so it's about being in what we call manual mode and not automatic mode. So it's about being here in the moment and moving yourself through it consciously. You don't need somebody else to do it for you. You just take control of where you're at and make a choice. I don't want to feel like this. It's time to change, or I need to get through the day. Or we've all done this where we may have had an argument with someone, then we had to go out and meet and greet somebody else or a group of people, and we had to change our physiology to be able to actually go and do what we have to do. It happens all the time.
I've noticed it more so in relationships, and whether it's a partner relationship or a mother-child relationship, you can be maybe angry or annoyed with one person, and then someone will come along and you'll be completely different towards them because they're not the source of your angst.
Absolutely. And that's a perfect way to state change yourself. Think of a person or a situation that you like or you had fun, that can bring you out of it as well. When we're in automatic mode, when we just go along, we are affected by our environment, we're affected by everything else, and we just go along with it. When we have a state change, or when we're aware that we need to change, it's what I call going into manual mode. So I take control, I take over, I now want to feel like this, not that. So I'm going to consciously, presently, physically make changes for myself.
Well, what you just talked about was getting out of an emotional state by using the music or the state of mind to adopt a new attitude. When we're talking about mental state, where many people can struggle with being stuck in, I hate my job, or I'm not happy with this, and it can turn into depression, are there some exercises you can do that help you be more conscious about the way you're thinking or feeling?
So where we get stuck, it's those little things. It's all the little things that add up during the day. Where you can, take a walk, get up and have a drink of water, move away from people if you can that could cause your state to spiral. Think of happy memories, because it's here. We hold them within us, but we concentrate on the negative stuff or the bad stuff because it's usually much more real. We're surrounded by it a lot more. So Trigger yourself with those memories, the things that make you excited or make you happy or make you smile. Here's one: smiling is contagious. I'm the one that will take people around and have a competition to see how many people we can make them smile. And I have done this with friends that have been in depression, and literally within 10 minutes we're laughing. So even smiling, even if you smile ridiculously and you feel like an idiot, doesn't really matter. It changes your state. And if that's what we need to do, that's what we'll succeed at.